Brighton would be a club he'd do well in.
Does that stem from his original fallout, do you think? That Slot cannot work with him?
I would have rather have got rid of Salah and kept Trent.
I think Liverpool fans will be happy to see him go with grace, and they'll give him a nice send-off. Some players just want to go to Madrid, and it's not even bigger than that.
If you're from a club, why should you stay there your whole life?
Right, so obviously the latest news has come out is that Salah and Liverpool have come to an agreement that he's going to be able to leave at the end of the season, which we'll just have a bit of a chat about. And I think I'm just going to put it out there. I think it's a fair thing. Obviously, it's just a bit mad that they could have got 100 million for him a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not getting any money for him. I honestly came in this morning and thought that the idea was he still had 80 months of his contract to go, and they would be selling him to some Saudi team or American MLS team.
Yeah, I think it's so. The agreement is that it's like a mutual termination of contract at the end of the season.
Does that stem from his original fallout, do you think? That Slot cannot work with him? That means Slot's going to be in charge?
I honestly think it's down to the money. I just think that they know that it's not the Salah of old, and they're going to terminate the
But do
contract.
you not think they'll get money for him?
But I'm of the opinion that I'm baffled by the fact that they're cancelling his contract with a year to go, and I just think, I get you might not get your 60 million, your 100 million for him, but if you're going to get 10 or 15 million for him, it's 15
it's a business,
million.
isn't it? That's what they keep on
It's
talking
money.
about.
There's two arguments to that side. One is that he's on 375 grand a week.
Yep.
So if he goes somewhere else, anywhere now, even the Saudi leagues come out and said they're not paying crazy money. He's not going to earn 375 grand a week. So you are going to have to. You then have the option where Mo Salah, they say we're going to sell you, and he says, not unless someone pays me 375 grand a week, you're not. And then he turns around and says,
But
so if he goes somewhere, Liverpool have to supplement him for 375 grand a week, or he just says, well, I'll just fucking stay here and see out my contract and take a 375 grand a week.
Now it's a blank slate as well, right? So they've not got to. You've got to compare. You've got to match that wage for a new club. You can give him 150, 200 grand, and then give him a bumper signing on fee instead of the transfer fee.
Yeah. So it's like, I think the argument of like, there's that, and then there's also, I think, what he's done for the club.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's come and said, I want a challenge, there's that mutual respect between them where they've gone, right, okay, we understand the situation. We're not going to get 100 million. We might only get 15 million and have to subsidise your wages. So
So do you think he's gone to them and said he wants away?
Yeah.
But then
And
is
they've just
that
said
not?
yes this time,
I
as
think
opposed
so,
to
yeah.
in November when?
So for me, what I think I couldn't touch on it last night on Talksport. They give the contract to the wrong person. They shouldn't have signed him 2 years ago. They should have signed Trent to that contract.
Well, if you think last year they had the three of them, didn't there? Was Van Dijk, there was Trent, and
they
there was Salah.
They signed the Van Dijk contract, they signed the Salah contract, and they let Trent go for free. Now Trent is seen as this villain now by Liverpool fans, and for me, I think Liverpool are to blame for that as well. They clearly didn't offer. I mean, for the money that I would have rather have got rid of Salah and kept Trent.
Yeah, but that's easy to say now. You would have got rid of the guy who got the most goals and the most assists in the Premier League last
so
year.
you think
It's easy to sit here now when Salah's fallen off a cliff and say, I wouldn't have signed him. Like when you were going to let a 30-plus goal, 15, 20-plus assist player leave for free.
But do you think
I get that, but this Trent argument, he's from Liverpool, probably if not the best left back in
he's a right back.
the country. He's a right back. Yeah, he's a right back. But it's like he's from Liverpool, and I just think he's villainised for the wrong reasons. When I think Liverpool are just as enough to blame. Because let's not forget as well, Salah and Van Dijk were also going to leave unless they got the right contract.
Yeah, and I think they didn't go public with their contracts because they didn't want Trent to know what they were going to get paid, and in reality, Trent probably didn't deserve a Salah Van Dijk level contract.
No.
Again, we can argue it because they've both kind of fallen off a little bit, but at that time they just won the league and they were like pivotal, whereas Trent was probably, this is the contract before that. So like say they're on 350 grand, he probably deserved 250 grand.
Yeah.
And then if he kept going where he was going, his next contract would have been 350.
For me, he would have been Liverpool captain.
I don't know what they've offered Trent, though. They might have offered him something that was perfectly fair in our eyes. They're not offering him chicken feed.
But is it down to money with Trent? Like he's from Liverpool. Do you really think it was? Do you think the money played a factor? Do you think it was more the fact that they were going to dock him? I mean, okay, talking about money. So do you think they were going to dock him because they were going to sign them two, Van Dijk and Salah?
Some players just want to go to Madrid, and it's not even bigger than that.
Yeah, no, I think that's what it is. I think that money didn't even I think they probably offered him 250, 300, and because his resale value was still going to be crazy, he just wanted to go to Real Madrid.
Because you're not telling me they haven't paid Trent because they couldn't afford Trent, and then they've gone and given Isak and all these players that they signed in the summer
I don't
mega
think Trent
wages.
wanted to stay. I think Trent wanted a new challenge.
But he's never come out and
I
said.
think that's why I think
is.
that's why the Liverpool fans are so against him, because he is a local lad.
Yeah.
And they wanted him to be at the club for the rest of his career.
I'm sorry, that's a pathetic argument as well.
But Trent wanted to go to Madrid for obvious reasons.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's a pathetic argument if you leave for free at the peak of
and I
your
think
powers.
Liverpool fans wanted a fee for him.
Yeah.
That's why I'm surprised.
I mean, they did get one in the end.
Well, they got 10 million quid because they wanted him early for the World Cup.
But then it's like, I don't get this. I never ever got this in football. If you're from a club, why should you stay there your whole life? It's like Gary Neville has this with Man United. Because he was from Stratford or wherever he's from in Man United, you have to play in Manchester your whole career. It's like,
I thought they were from London.
but like, I think the argument is like why people were less annoyed with players like McManaman and that in the past was Liverpool weren't the club they are now. You know, like they were like top 4, top 6, whereas Trent's left off the back of like, I mean, again, they've dropped off a cliff now, so it's easy to say he made the right choice or whatever, but at the time they just won the league and it was like quite a dominant win of the league, even though it was because everyone else was just dump rather than.
I think there's players like Alan Smith, like go back to Alan Smith, the fact he joined Man United, like Man United are a much bigger club than Leeds, and I get there's a kind of a rivalry.
They are. Anyway, going back to the original, do you not think that by Salah leaving Liverpool, that's the directors and the owners back in slot? Because
to a certain degree, I think it's also, I think he's probably gone and said he wants the change. So I think there is part of that in your argument.
I'm just surprised that they're not going to get a fee for him because it's a business. And I'm surprised that they've announced it when they've announced it, when Liverpool have still got a couple of things to play for.
Yeah.
And I just feel as if, for me, the Liverpool fans, I think, aren't happy with Slot. This is potentially the way of the owner saying, well, if Mo wants to go, he can't work with Slot.
I don't know. Like, so what I might say is that, let's say, even because my suspicion is they might let Slot go in the summer as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think it's going to be much healthier for a new manager coming in to have a blank slate and none of the
that's a good point,
of the kind of, and I won't call them baggage, but like receding like legacy players, as it were.
Announcing it the way they've announced it and the stuff, and it's all amicable and everything.
But Salah announced it first.
Yeah, but I think how that's been announced could give them a boost rather than a negative, because it's all very. There's no like love lost or it's like they're just agreed. It's positive, and it's so like it could actually give them a boost for him. And
I hope it doesn't. I hope the fans go apeshit like they did with Trent.
Well, I think with this situation about. I mean, my argument is they could have got money for him, but like they're talking about wages. But he's still, even if he leaves Liverpool, he's still going to demand the same wages.
I don't think he will.
His argument is when he's on a free, they're paying 10 million up front. The fee they would have had to pay Liverpool, they now pay Salah.
But then even if you get like 5 million, he's 35-year-old at the end of the day. If you get like 10 million, 5 million for him, it's still a fee.
There's another aspect. In,
he's 33, 35.
I think a bit like
between
Klopp,
that age.
I think there'd probably be a gentleman's agreement with Salah, with Liverpool, in that you're not going to go to this club, are you? You're not going to go to a rival Premier League club.
I can't see him at another Premier League club.
No, so I don't think it'll happen.
His form has proven that he's finished at the Premier.
Yeah.
The only places he could go, the only places he could go are like Chelsea. Yeah. He hates it there. Man
well, instead
City.
of taking Neymar, would you take Salah at Sunderland?
Yeah.
Where do you think Salah's level is now in terms of like league?
MLS Saudi.
Do you think it's MLS Saudi?
He could easily, I think, in a certain Premier League team, he could easily do a job as mid-table. But like, it's moot because he won't move down the league.
He's going to want to be the face of whatever club he goes to, which he
probably will be.
To do.
I hope he doesn't go to Saudi. I hope he goes to MLS just for the sake of.
Well, I'd quite like him to go back to Italy or to Spain or
to give you like an absurd example. Brighton would be a club he'd do well in terms of they take older players who are considered finished and absolutely reinvent them.
But he's like, monetary wise, it wouldn't fit.
Of course it wouldn't. And of course it wouldn't.
It's not Brighton's philosophy. It's not their philosophy.
But I think he could.
But that's what I mean. Like football wise, where he'd do well.
You know, could he? I mean, he wouldn't fit with Lamine Yamal, but like Barcelona have took Lewandowski when he's older.
Well, they wanted Van Dijk a few years ago as well, didn't they?
Bayern would. I think the crazy thing is it's like 2 years ago he'd have probably walked into any team in the world no matter what. But now Lamine's come on the thing. He's not going to get in over.
He made him a point to prove at Chelsea again.
Yeah.
The only way it might go is obviously Liverpool want to buy Elise. If Liverpool could get Elise away from Bayern and Salah goes there, but
then it's
he could
like
go back to Italy. He could go.
I think if I was him, I'd go back to Chelsea and just.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can at this stage, because if you're thinking about he's leaving Liverpool with a year left and then he goes to Chelsea, there's clearly something there.
He's not going to a Premier League.
He's not going to a Premier League.
Well, that comes back to what I'm saying, that I think that gentleman's agreement will be inserted into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, like we say, MLS, Saudi, Italy, maybe even like an Atletico Madrid or something like that, maybe for a year or two. But who replaces him at Liverpool then? Who do you think?
I think it has to be a new signing.
Yeah, obviously if they have the current team as they have now.
We're thinking of him as like a right winger.
He's a right winger. So who goes into that place he's occupied?
I mean, for me, I think me and Dan, we talked about before, I would adopt the 4-4-2 and I would go Ekitike, Isaac, and then play Frimpong on the right mid.
Yeah, but if we just turn around and say, like, obviously
you got to buy a right winger.
They're going to play the same system. They're going to do everything. If
the same system, has to be a replacement.
Yeah, the only option you have is, I don't know if Gakpo, he loves Gakpo, if he could play right, Ekitike / Isaac play left, and the other one plays up front.
Do you think Ekitike would want to go at the left?
Ekitike or Isaac have to play on the left, because being a striker, they're going to want to cut in and score.
Yeah.
So like they have to play there. So that doesn't fill them dropping in there. Obviously, the stopgap is Frimpong's probably going to be the guy that plays there.
Yeah.
I just hope, for God, that doesn't mean Szoboszlai has to play right back for because it's just like, what a waste that is. But if they go and buy,
did Harvey Barnes support Liverpool as a kid? You know,
yeah, I mean, they could take Gordon. But Gordon's going to go there. I bet he'd play on the
fucking
right for
right.
Liverpool.
He just wants to play on the left.
He'll play on the fucking right for Liverpool, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
fucking hell, swat.
I mean, it's not a position where, even if you look throughout Europe, that there's so many standout players, apart from like phenoms like Yamal. Elise was already at Bayern, who are probably going to win the Champions League this season.
I think Gordon would be the replacement. I mean,
I can see good Liverpool coming in for Gordon.
The rumour was they were there 2 seasons ago.
There has never been such a downgrade in football.
No, but
Salah,
he's a local lad. He'd be coming back home.
I'm crossing my toes as well as my hands.
Would you take 100 million for Gordon?
Mate, I'd take 70.
I want to keep Gordon.
I'd chip in some money myself if it's going to help. You know, it's like.
But I mean, seriously,
I wouldn't like to say, because I quite like Liverpool, so I wouldn't like to see that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't really want Gordon to leave. I think he's one of our better players. You know, but if you were telling me we're going to lose Bruno or Gordon, we're going to lose Tonali or Gordon, I'm in the camp of I would rather keep those players.
And then would you take Salah? Sorry, just say.
No, I wouldn't take Salah.
I'm just going to add into that if Liverpool buy Gordon, that's that Premier League tax thing again, isn't it? But in our favour this time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
he's just signed a contract as well, so we don't need to sell him.
And as a Sunderland fan, I would much rather you sold Gordon than Bruno.
Yeah.
The other way around.
No, much rather you the right way. You like Gordon.
I know returns.
Got them posters.
I mean, I think Liverpool also have the ability to go and buy a semi-unknown player from Holland that. Or from the Dutch league that Slot knows that could turn into somebody.
I agree with you. I think that's why I'm surprised that they've let Salah go when they've let him go, because to me it's a little bit of support and Slot. There's been a fallout, blah blah blah, but I think Slot stays unnumbered.
Yeah,
I think it could also be the same thing if they might have had a chat with Xabi Alonso and they've said, "Do you see Salah in your plans?" And he said, "Not really," because he doesn't.
Yeah.
If Alonso comes in, he probably switches to a 3 at the back with wing backs, which would be Frimpong, which means
from Spurs. You think it's Liverpool's new manager?
I mean, on that Xabi Alonso subject, if he comes in, he does play Isaac and Ekitike up front together. He plays Frimpong at wing back, probably Kirk
in his right
at wing
position,
back, and then all of a sudden, fucking hell, that would be a hell of a fucking team, wouldn't it?
Alonso made his name at Leverkusen, didn't he?
Yeah.
God, I hope he doesn't want Jack back.
He went unbeaten the entire season.
Yeah, exactly. I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would turn Liverpool into.
The
players Liverpool now have with Salah potentially going fits as Xabi Alonso's set up really well, doesn't it? It's like, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but it'll be a shame to see Salah go because he's been such a.
I love Salah. He's probably my favourite FPL player of all time, along with Aguero. So
he's going at the right time. For me, Slot's perfectly. He slots and into that right wing position of the greatest of all time in the Premier League. That, for me, I don't know if you agree with that, but he's the greatest right wing in the Premier League.
Yes, I think so.
It would be difficult not to put him in the Premier League, all-time Premier League team.
And I would have to fit. I would have to somehow get Cristiano Ronaldo.
I thought you were going to say Gareth Bale.
I would have to get them two into the team over Salah personally. But stats-wise, Salah's there all day. But I think if you look what you like to watch. And for me, I would, Henry has to be in there.
Henry
Shearer has to
definitely.
be in there.
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy to have a rotating front three of Salah, Henry, and Ronaldo.
The only
I
thing
wonder
with
why.
That is, the only thing with that is Salah won't rotate with shit. He stands out on
Yeah.
that right touch. Like they'll be coming over, and he's
Yeah.
like, nope. He's like, I'm gonna stay
Ain't
here.
moving.
So
And I'm
look,
leaving out with the greatest
I think
English
look,
centre forward to
like
play in the Premier League,
retrospect,
Harry
he's
Kane.
probably going at the right time, Salah. So like
He is
going at the right time, but I'm of the opinion he could have got a fee.
He should have instead of signing that contract last year, the right time would have
But
been
I
last
think
season,
that-
because his legacy this season, he hasn't been very good
But
at
if
all.
that's an argument. But also, it's like we're all now accepting him leaving, even as football
Yeah.
fans, because he's on the decline.
Yeah.
I think if he'd have left in the summer, we'd have all been arguing he's the best or this. But
Yeah.
we've seen now.
Did he get
it's
the PFA
right
award
time
last
for him.
season or not?
I mean, if he didn't, he fucking should
Should
have.
have done, yeah.
I think Liverpool fans will be happy to see him go with grace.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
give
Which
him
is
a
why I
nice
think
send-off.
I think this whole way it's been done is
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
from a football fan perspective, but maybe not from a business
I mean,
perspective.
Liverpool
like we
put him up there with like Gerrard, Rush, Dalglish, those type
Yeah.
of players.
Because like you said, he's been the turning point of like there was players that, like we've said before, like Suarez and that, like started to turn Liverpool around,
Well,
but Salah's
When they actually
Salah
said
and
what
Van
he...
Dijk are the ones
he
that got over the
him and
line, aren't
Mane,
they?
like when Mane was at that team, like
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
they
Well,
he was,
Mane, him and Firmino.
and Firmino, yeah, that was
when you
another
see
front
what he's
three.
won at Liverpool, I hadn't realised how much they've won while
Yeah.
he's been there.
Yeah,
Two
yeah.
Premier
Yeah.
League titles.
Yeah, Champions League. So yeah, he's been great. Like I say, it'd be sad to see him go, but
It's the right time.
yeah, let's just hope Liverpool fucking fuck it up and buy a load of shit.
Yeah.
Like us.
Yeah.
And then struggle.
Alanga might take on the right way.
Yeah, Lang on the right.
They might get the fucking iPhone charger in Jacob Murphy. And
Actually,
that will,
funny enough, I did
and
think
then
about the
Isaac
charger
Law.
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.